So my background's in finance, actually. I spent the first couple of years of my career working in investment banking. Didn't like it. Discovered I wanted to move on to hospitality and entertainment. So I went back to school, got my master's in hotel and restaurant management, and also got an MBA in marketing and business as well. So once I started to work in that area, I really became passionate for marketing, and using all the lessons I learned from finance, all the analytics and everything, I started to apply that to a lot of the marketing that was being done because people weren't tracking metrics and tracking campaigns before, and that's how I really got into marketing and grew my career. And I worked in entertainment for a long time, working in nightclubs, booking DJs and entertainment and acts like that, and moved to Cirque du Soleil. And then after Cirque, came here to Dubai to open up Le Pearl in 2017. I don't know if it's rewriting the rules. I think we're actually writing the rules. The rules haven't been written yet, and that's what I love about a project like this, is that it's a proven product elsewhere in the world, but here in the UAE and the GCC, it's really a less than mature product, and something that we're developing the need and the passion and the excitement for something like live theater and a permanent live theater show. So for us, it's really about writing the path and developing the structure to that mature product and something that people will want to go see over again. And when their friends and relatives come to visit Dubai, something that they make sure that they see as well. Well, brand advocacy or ad spend, I think that's the dilemma of any marketer, especially here in the region. It's tough to develop a brand without any investment, and it's tough to invest money without any return or metrics to show what that investment has done. So I think it's a healthy balance between the two. You have to build the brand. You need people to understand what the product is in order for them to come and experience it. Ad spend, of course, you have to go where it's like investing in the stock market. You have to go where your dollars or your dirhams are going to do the most work for you and what's going to generate the most revenue for you. So for us, it's a healthy mix of the two and really focusing on the channels that drive the most conversion and engagement. It's completely different than any other market I've ever worked in. There's a lot of unpredictability, a lot of last-minute purchases. I think it's a market that it's moving very fast and maturing very quickly, and I don't think there's anywhere else in the world that this kind of growth curve is happening. So I think for all of us in the marketing industry here, it makes it for a very interesting time and something that no matter how many of us are experienced in, we're all going through this for the very first time. Well, it's a niche segment in that if you're a live entertainment or theater goer, that's niche, right? So we're targeting some of those people, but this market doesn't have a lot of those. So for us, it's really creating a whole population and then identifying what the niche segment within that is. So, you have your B2B clientele, so your corporate bookers, you have your concierge, you have your travel trade, you have your event planners. That's one, set of segments. And then for us, you have your European customer who might be more affluent and savvy and informed. You have your KSA customer who might be very affluent but hasn't seen a show like this. So it's a matter of really educating each segment and figuring out what resonates with each segment and kind of pulling and pushing those strings all at the same time. That's a really tough question. I think the one biggest lesson that I would learn is, or I would tell aspiring marketers, is to really learn from failing. And failing has a negative connotation because the word is failure, but you have to learn and you can't be afraid to fail. You're gonna make mistakes every day. You're gonna fail. You're gonna have campaigns that don't work. You're gonna have things that don't work. That's okay. As long as you learn from them and you develop from them and you take those lessons in stride and you measure all those things. You measure yourself, whether it's quantitatively or qualitatively. You say, where was I a year ago, or where was this team a year ago, where was this campaign a year ago, and where can we go? So I think it's important to learn from your failure, learn from your mistakes, and really use those as notches on your belt to move forward and develop. Because if you keep making the same mistake, then you really haven't learned. But if you make new mistakes, that's a good thing, and it means that you're becoming more experienced and more of a veteran. Yeah, I like what Spotify's doing in the UK and the US. They've done an outdoor campaign where it talks about how many times people stream certain songs and what people have named certain playlists, you know, and it's trended around certain times, you know, both in the US and the UK that tie into pop culture moments. So it's quirky and funny, and it's done a really good job of capitalizing on that pop culture in the now moment. Sure. So I'll be taking you through the journey of Le Pearl, Le Pearl by Dragon, the first resonant show here in the UAE, and telling you of how all of these people come together. So 65 artists, 75 technicians, the marketing team, the sales team, the finance team, all from around the world in different disciplines, and they come together and really make magic on a nightly basis. So the artistry and the technology that it takes to put on a show like this, and what those two combined do to make such a magical experience.